listening to
Greetings, Earthlings. What up? Carlton and is here. Sunday session with Uncle Mo. Long time no see, my brother. What is good?
Chilling, man. Watching this football, getting irritated with fantasy. How are you?
All good, all good. I've decided that the Giants do not dictate my day. So despite the outcome of the game with the Dolphins, I'm all right. You got a big game tonight, though. So I'm with the 49ers tonight.
You see it. Super nervous, man. I won't lie to you. I think that's why I'm like, I don't know, man. The problem with being a big time like sports fan and being, I don't know, in love with your team, I guess you could say, is it causes a lot of anxiety too, man. Anxiety that you know is silly because it's just a game,
Right.
but still, it feels like it means a lot, man. It's like friends, family, God, God, friends, family, football. Like that's what it feels
I
like.
mean, it's tough. It's tough. And in my day job, I talk a lot about stress. I talk a lot about anxiety. And this season has been a journey, and I've asked, why am I doing this to myself? Right. What's the inspiration for the suffering? It's the joy. It's the
Yep,
joy.
yep.
If your
That's why.
team has won a championship, if your team has beat a rival, if your team has outperformed your expectations, your hopes, your dreams, and you get that championship, it makes it worth it.
I feel like it's a great metaphor for life because most years your team isn't gonna win it, man. Like most
Nope.
years, you're gonna be with your team, and there's gonna be ups and downs, highs and lows, and you're gonna have hope, and then you're not gonna have hope. And then sometimes, like in your situation with the Giants this year, just like I give up, like life. But when you stick with one team and they finally get to that spot, it just feels like there's a euphoria in that feeling, man. That Dolphins fans our ages don't know because they've never seen their Dolphins
Don't
win.
know.
But the
They don't
hope
know.
they have is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
The hope is sickening because you see it, and to not be a Dolphin fan, you have an idea of how this thing is going to turn out. Not this season, this season aside, they're a different team this season.
Oh
But
yeah.
up until this season, if you understood football, you knew that at some point the Dolphin fans would be disappointed. But
Oh, I
this
still think
different.
they're going to be disappointed
You think
because we got
so?
to see it. We got to see it.
Well,
One
listen.
of my favorite people in this world, Willie Mae, Carlton's mother. She is a Dolphins fan and she has faith. And she'd be the only person in the world I'm happy for if the Dolphins ever won it, man.
I got a lot of people I'd be happy for. I'll be
No, no.
happy that they're happy despite the reason that they're happy. Now, to your
Zach Wilson
point,
looks decent.
about the expectations, if they are disappointed because they don't win the Super Bowl, that's crazy. But get to the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game, have some hope that something else might happen. Have that game that might be the game before the big game. But they're a playoff team for sure.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in the play. If Keith is listening, I won't be happy for you. I'm telling you now, I would not be happy for you.
What else going on?
None, man. Just family, work. I got 9 fantasy teams, so I've been trying to manage them.
How's that balance going?
Good, man. I don't understand why people look at me and like one of our boys, Jarvis. He's like, I don't know how you do it. It's like, man, it's on our phone. I set the lineup one day, I look at it again on Sunday, and that's it.
I mean, I can't begrudge anybody their hobby. to have allowed you to convince me to do a second league this year. Some days I regret it. It's too many. Look, it's too many strings to keep up with as I'm watching each game. The Giants give me enough
Wow. I'm
in
sorry,
and of
Carlton.
itself. What happened?
Minnesota, Kansas City, it's 4th and 12. They threw it up to the end zone. They called the pass interference. 1st and goal at the 1. You gotta like when you're watching these games, man, you gotta just throw it up. You have a chance if you
At
just
some
throw it
point,
up.
there's another life metaphor. Sometimes in life, you just got to throw it up.
Throw it
See
up
what
and hope
happens.
for the best.
Just see
Just
what
hope.
happens. Give
You
yourself
get
a
this
chance.
penalty.
The funny thing is you can't win or lose with the pass interferences. We tried to have the replay for them. They get it wrong. They
This
do
is
away with the
definitely
replay.
something.
They get it wrong.
The ball isn't tipped. Sometimes I think Tony Romo is smoking. I don't know what he's talking about sometimes, man. He was so good when he started, and it's like been a steady
I didn't like him
decline.
when I wasn't a fan when he started. There might be some Giants Cowboy bias, but he drive me bananas today.
Oh, they picked up the flag? Wow. Wow.
I think that's a flag. I think it's a
I'm
flag.
not sure if it's pass interference. It's definitely holding. He held it. And then he removes his helmet. That should be 15 yards. Are you watching it?
I see it.
So if the ref tells him to put the helmet on, isn't it a penalty? I can't lie to you, man. Kansas City is annoying. I'm not a
Because they
fan.
keep winning.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they're not my team.
Yeah.
Pure hate.
Yeah.
Pure hate.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
And they've become that team that you feel when you watch them, Carlton, that when the benefit of the doubt call comes up, they're gonna get the benefit of the doubt.
As long as Mahomes is the quarterback, he's getting the benefit.
Yes. Wow, what an interception. I got to tell you, man, red zone might be the greatest invention since like air conditioning.
Somebody hated on it in the beginning.
They hated on red zone?
You hated on red zone.
No, I loved red zone. Did I?
Yeah. Didn't understand why I couldn't focus on one game.
I don't think so, man, because with fantasy, it's become like an essential tool.
Yeah. This was way back. This was back in the 04, 05.
I'd like to apologize. Because now, even when the Niners are playing, man, I got 2 TVs set up so I could see both in my vision. So I'll have red zone on one and the Niners game on the other. When there's no Niners game, now I put on the Titans game. Man, no, that's another thing. Taking on the Titans has just led on to more anxiety. Because now, like, you're all in with the Titans.
They make it tough.
For those of you that don't know, can we tell them this? I think we can tell them this, right?
I've already said
Our frat brother is the general manager of the Titans. So all of us cheer profusely for the Titans now. And Ryan Tannehill is going to give me a heart attack.
So if to think about watching it from the fans' perspective, imagine the general manager's perspective.
Oh my God.
That's his employee.
Every morning I said on Sunday morning, my first text every Sunday morning is to him. And it's like, good luck, bro. I love you, man. And when they win, it's always congratulations. When they don't win, I don't know what to say, dog, because I couldn't imagine what he's going through. Because I'm heartbroken. I couldn't imagine what he's going through.
I think you just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
And it's a literal loss. They literally lost.
Yeah. I think that's what you say. Try it.
Could you imagine the range of emotions he goes through sitting there watching his team?
I don't want to. I don't want to. Because like you said, from the fan side of it, we in and out. Take it or leave it. We choose this. That's his job. That's life. Livelihood.
Livelihood, your passion, your life's dream. Like it's the culmination of everything for him.
Yep. So no, I cannot imagine it.
For y'all information, Carlton beat my ass in fantasy today. We played each other. I'm very salty about it. My team, my quarterback got hurt, giving Carlton the easy victory.
Take it. I need it. I'm a Giants fan, man. What I'm supposed to do? Nick Chubb, my running back.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about, man? I hope he's listening. Mario Cristobal, head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. What are you doing? What are you thinking about?
He don't know. He don't know.
I couldn't be in charge of some of these situations, Carlson, because I'd have a knee-jerk reaction. I'd have to fire. Why is he not taking a knee?
They don't know.
For those of you that don't know, the Hurricanes were up by 3. The other team had no timeouts. All they had to do was take 2 knees, and the game was over. What's the name of the formation, Carlton? Tell the people what the name is.
Victory formation.
It's called that because when you're in this formation, you are going to win the game. Mario Cristobal decides, we're not going to do that. We're going to run the ball. Now, mind you, in my opinion, that wasn't a fumble. The guy's elbows down. Huh?
I don't think it was a fumble either.
I don't believe it was a fumble, man. And and Carlton knows this. I don't like the Hurricanes. But I'm telling you, I don't believe it was so. But you can't put the refs or your team in that position. It just makes no sense.
They did it. And just then they, in 26 seconds, let Georgia Tech drive down the field. Let's get a game-winning touchdown.
More poor coaching. Why are you jumping the route and letting anyone get behind you in that situation?
Hey, Georgia Tech had 0 timeouts at the point of them snapping the ball on the play that caused the fumble. All they had to do was
I've never seen a team give away a game like that, man. Like I've never seen a team that could be in victory formation and lose the game.
I've never seen that. I've never seen
it, Carl. I turned the game off. Because I was like, the Canes got it. And then I saw messages.
When they didn't get in victory formation, I said, I'm going to watch this play out. And as the running back struggled for more yardage, and it struggled because he really couldn't go down. They were going for the ball. I was like, there's no way he's going to fumble. And then he fumbled.
Oh, Russell Wilson just got crushed. Man, as men, we like to think we're tough, but I'm telling you now, Carlton, if I took some of these hits, I'd quit right then and there. I'd retire. I'm out. Y'all have fun with this.
I mean, some people do, but, it's a gladiator sport, that's for sure.
You think Cousins is going to lead him down the field with 1:07? No timeouts, no Justin Jefferson?
I mean, he's done. He could do it. Do I think he's going to do it?
I doubt it, though.
I think he's going to do it? No.
Russ trying to lead the Broncos. I can't stand Russell Wilson.
Apparently, neither can Marshawn Lynch.
Hey, man. Hey, Marshawn Lynch is an American classic that needs to be protected at all costs. Did you see the one where he's with the Amish people?
Parts of it. I didn't.
Oh my God!
I saw parts of it.
Oh my God! That dude should host everything, man.
I think so too. Too.
Marshawn, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on this show, man. He said, "What's your relationship?"
So he can say whatever he wants. Just.
Oh, Russ. Oh, wow! Dang. Wow. Did you see it?
Not yet.
Wait till you see it. Unreal. Are you as happy as me that Taylor Swift didn't show up to this game? Great scoop.
I don't know. I haven't developed. I have no opinion on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce romance. Like I know people are talking about it. I know his jersey sales have gone up, but I need a
400%.
little bit more. I'll need a little bit more before I invest into whatever it is that they do.
I'll never invest in that shit because I could care less. The only thing that irritates me is when they're playing now, they keep zooming up to the box to show me Taylor Swift and Kelsey's mom high fiving.
Right.
I'm not hating on their relationship. I hope them kids are in love, man. I hope they get married.
It's,
Just don't want
it's
to see
important.
her.
It's important to get along with the mom, right?
Yeah, but I don't care. That's what I'm trying to say. I just wanted people to know next week we're going to get into our politics too. Just enjoying this Sunday fun day. Hey, man, how goofy do the Republicans in the House look?
The chickens have come home to roost.
Yeah. McCarthy had to see this coming. He gave up so much to become the House.
I think he said he had to try. Right. He knew in January what he was up against. Apparently, he's not the type to walk away from a battle. He gave it a shot. He lost. Matt Gaetz is king. He rules.
I mean, it's not that, man. It's just that he gave up. It's another example of how much you're willing to sacrifice to gain power or perceive power because he really didn't have the power he thought he had. Like, and then Gaetz, like, who likes this guy? No Democrats
he likes himself.
No Republicans like him.
He likes himself.
He got a Cuban boy in his house that he didn't legally adopt. I don't understand how he's getting away with this. So, Matt Gaetz, to me, I mean, his face is just like, the minute I see his face on the screen, I think douchebag. Like, his face is the definition of that. You want to say what's up to the people?
I want to tell you something.
What do you want to tell me?
Where's the football?
I don't know where the football is.
Mommy just put it somewhere.
Okay, I think she'll get it. Say what's up to the people.
What's up?
Give a peace.
What's up with Johnny?
Peace. Give him 2 pieces. 2 peace signs. You ready? Johnny's going to be 4 on the 15th of October. Woo. My boy's getting big on me. You ready? One time for the people. You ready?
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Yeah. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Yeah. It's my boy.
All the games over now.
I think Denver and Jets is still on, but it's over. You know, you saw what just happened.
The Sunday intermission.
Oh, my anxiety already building thinking about checking these fantasy scores. Oh,
hey, you got 9 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I already lost one to you. I don't have to check that one. That one's definitely over. Joe Burrow looked like Joe Burrow today.
Finally, and I benched him, but that's all right.
That hurts. Jamar Chase looked good, man. He's killing these boys.
Finally.
3 touchdowns. You know who looks real good this year is A.J. Brown, man. He looks unstoppable.
I mean, to have watched the full game of it, the Miami Dolphins offense looks good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this, and I truly believe this. I'm not telling you he's the best player in the league, but he's damn close. But he is the scariest player in the league. It's Tyreek Hill, man. Nobody scares you more than Tyreek Hill.
I think that's fair. I think because it's, there's no room for error. He outruns your angles. The second you lose your help, the second y'all decide not to double team, you put him man to man. He can get you on a jet sweep.
Old Wink today lost his damn mind. Why would you go zero coverage against Tyreek Hill?
When you watch the Giants, you don't know who screwed up. He probably didn't go zero coverage because at least the one play, number 29 double team the running back instead of Tyreek Hill. So,
You had a sweet pick six on Tua though.
Yes, our only touchdown.
And Daniel Jones got hurt, man. Y'all should just start taking for this pick.
Man, and the thing about it is Tyrod Taylor, when he came in, he was running for his life. We can
that O-line, man.
We can point the finger at Daniel Jones. There's things he could do differently, should do differently, but you can't thrive offensively when the offensive line struggles as much as ours does.
At the end of the day, man, we fall in love with the skill positions, but if you can't block them up, if you can't get to the quarterback,
got to build in the trenches.
You can only scheme so much up, man.
Yep, got to build inside out. And at this point, granted, our current GM head coach tandem, it's their second year. So, they have their work cut out for them. But the offensive line has been a problem for the New York Giants for too long. The issue is systemic at this point.
Oh yeah, my man said systemic. Hey man, if I was Nathaniel Hackett, the Jets' offensive coordinator, I'd go to Sean Payton and ask him, "How you like me now? How you like me now?"
What was Sean Payton thinking to attack that? Another coach, another man, another human being.
But you don't even know
that's the thing to do.
And then you show up and lose to that man's team at home.
Come on.
Sean Payton, this is the word you love I use. Sean Payton looks like a clown. Like a straight up clown. Carlton, I'm so nervous for this Niners game.
Well, you got an extra fan with you tonight. I tell you that.
I appreciate that. My wife is a Cowboys fan. I got my buddy here, my colleague. He's a Cowboys fan. So tonight I hate all they ask. Such a violent game, man. These injuries change everything so quickly. You ready for basketball? Your Heat ain't get nobody they wanted.
To answer the question, yes, I'm ready for basketball. The NFL isn't serving me the way I would want, so
and the Gators definitely aren't serving you the way that
offset it with some NBA to break up the monotony of this football. Yes, but also to your point, my Heat didn't shake nothing in the offseason. And, we need pieces to be able to win a championship. We do great with what we got, but I'm guessing, since Riley's the man and, I trust Pat Riley with my team, people probably wanted too much.
Yeah. My fault. I'm offering my buddy food in case he's hungry. We got some Carlton in his favors. Baked macaroni and cheese, some grilled chicken, some grilled salmon, some candied yams, hamburgers, hot dogs, turkey sausage. It's a good Sunday, man.
They need to put your tailgate on the halftime show.
Dog, cooking is like one of my great joys in life, man. I can't believe I didn't know how to cook for so long. Like, it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I put work in the kitchen earlier today.
I mean, you've been putting in work in the kitchen way before me. When we were young bucks right out of college, Carlton had a house in Lakeland. I used to drive up there and watch football with him all Sunday. He used to cook. Carlton's macaroni and cheese is good. You know how I feel about the mac and cheese. The other benefit of going was Carlton had enough money to pay for Sunday tickets. I couldn't afford it. There was no gray in the beard back then, boy.
No, it wasn't. It was not. It was
My
not.
only job in life back then was to stop at the Publix and pick up whatever he forgot.
Yep.
That's the one thing, this is a little inside thing between me and Carlton, but that's the one thing she got right, man. I definitely miss Lakeland. I definitely miss Lakeland.
Yeah.
Lakeland was good to us.
Yeah, it was, it was short. I think, like the movies give you a glimpse. I think Lakeland was a glimpse of what life can be. We had more stuff to do. We become parents. We've grown as men, but we know there's a life that allows you to love where you are, be at peace, be in your zone more often than you are out of your zone.
And Lakeland wasn't no major city or anything. We didn't even go anywhere. We just stayed at the house all day. Had a little drink, just chill.
Watch football.
That was the best memory, man. I know you remember this. That was the best, I think, to me was USC, Texas, Vince Young against Reggie Bush and Liner. That was Lakeland. We watched that in Lakeland.
Yeah, that was a game. That was a game.
Ooh, you wanted Texas, I wanted USC.
That was a game.
Yep.
The thing, Austin was nowhere on the radar at that point. Would have never thought.
If I would have told you then you'd be living in Austin today, you'd have been like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Austin, not even a day. Be in Austin 11 years with more to go.
I would have never even thought either one of us would be out of Florida, to be honest with you.
Right.
And now the thought of living in Florida is, I'd never live in that. I'd never live there. Florida's home, man. It'll always have a place in my heart, but it's also a crazy place.
Well, the United States is a crazy place.
Oh, yeah. Israel and Palestine are crazy places. The media coverage of that is so annoying, though. Huh?
I haven't watched much news the last few days, so
the way they just vilify the Palestinians, like the Israeli government has never done anything to them, is just crazy to me, man. It's like you know what's interesting about that, and I was telling Kamaria this, man. A black person says something about Jewish people, they label them anti-Semitic. They need to apologize immediately. People of color, like the Muslim people in that area, have a problem with the Jewish people. White people are rushing to their defense and saying how bad it is. But if you look at history, who's treated the Jewish people the worst in all of humanity? It's been white people. It's been white people. And they tend to be the most anti-Semitic, but they act like they're in this uproar if anybody of color says anything or has a statement that they disagree with. They act like they're the Jewish people's greatest defender. And it's like, really? That's not what history tells us. Am I wrong?
How do you think it happened? That let me ask it different. So, United States relationship with Israel, what is the driver of that connection?
Well, just like with anything, I'd have to say like money. There's a lot of, man, and you and I have no problem with anyone, man. Jewish, Catholic. I have no problem with anyone, just like you. I have Jewish friends that I consider to be very close with. But I also know Jewish people that'll tell you that, their government has committed like atrocities against those people as well. And I'm not telling you that Hamas is right. What I'm telling you is both sides have an equal hand in the violence that they perpetuate in that area. They need to learn to live on the land together. Don't tell me it's holy land. Both sides tell you it's holy land, then they shed each other's blood on said holy land. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, but after the Holocaust, America and the United Nations were instrumental in giving the Jewish people their own state, which was Israel. And they kind of created this tension because they took this land basically from the Muslims. to create this state. And ever since then, man, it's just been, unfortunately, I'd like to believe that they could live on this land together peacefully, but they've never shown us that they're capable of doing this.
Right.
They've never showed us that they're capable of doing this. So, you know, there's a lot of money that supports the U.S. government that comes from people that are of the Jewish faith, and a lot of America's perceived enemies they would consider to be Muslim terrorists. So it's easy to see why America sides with them.
No, you know, at its core, is there a money connection for sure, right? Like that's a bare minimum. Other countries, other dynamics, it's oil, it's, you know, it's other natural resources, but money is connected to it all. So that part, the money line, don't got to see it to know it's there. But to your point, in terms of where we see influence, Jewish influence, Jewish relationship, even, you know, what Judaism means in, you know, American history, you know, there's relevancy there. So, you know, those ties, those connections would definitely be a contributor to the ongoing support. But to your point, I don't know if I was versed in the history of who took the land and gave it to whom. Maybe I've heard.
It's been exchanged many times throughout history, man. Many times.
You know, this most recent dynamic post the world wars suggests the United States is part of the source of the problem, connected at the source of the problem. And so they picked the side then. So in essence, they've stayed with the side that was originally chosen.
But at its root, anti-Semitism stems, in my opinion, and this could be my opinion, and if someone knows better, they can educate us better. But it stems from the belief that the Jewish people sold out Jesus to the Romans. It's something that was rooted in Christianity and an ill feeling towards them because of that, even though, like, even if true, like, I don't know why you feel the need to punish people for something that they weren't anywhere near alive for.
So let's talk about that. I feel like that's relevant for many reasons in my awareness, in my consciousness. So what you're saying is the centuries of anti-Semitism, not just 1940-something Hitler, but the centuries of anti-Semitism is predicated on Christians, so to speak, feeling that the Jews, because the Jews crucified Jesus, they don't mess with him. Like, is that's what
isn't that the origin of anti-Semitism? Like, I'll give you an example, man. If you go back to Protestantism, for example, right? Protestantism, the word protest is in Protestantism because they were protesting the Catholic Church, right? And the critic that became famous of the Catholic Church that started Lutheranism was Martin Luther, right? So he had a big beef with the Catholic Church to the point where he felt he needed to start his own, basically, form of Catholicism that was separate from it because he felt the Catholic Church was so corrupt. You know, it was the one thing they both agreed on, though? Their hatred for Jews. Like, that was the one thing they could agree on. They both agreed that the Jewish people were an impediment, and they either needed to convert or they essentially needed to just be annihilated from the face of the earth. So, like, where else does it stem from?
You know, I've not.
The majority of Jewish people are white folk. The atrocities, the biggest atrocities committed against them have been perpetrated by white people that look just like them.
Right. Yeah, no. You know, I guess I've not wandered far back enough to connect those dots, right? I know the journey of Jesus. I know who he went up against, right? And I hear it, I read it. Jews, King of the Jews, Jewish, Judaism. But I guess for whatever reason, I didn't connect the dots that as history continued to unfold, that factions of Christianity retained beef with that. You know what I mean? Because it fulfilled Jesus's destiny for him to be crucified and to rise again. So in my mind, I guess, you know, I look at the Jews that the Bible is speaking about as just being part of his journey. They're part of the purpose. But I guess I just never thought to connect the dot that would be an ongoing beef in essence that would exist.
The only thing that seems to make sense to me, because anti-Semitism has been around for centuries.
Right.
For centuries.
And it's sourced somewhere.
And, you know, it's manifested itself into now there's people that have a beef with them because they feel they can control the world. You know, a bunch of conspiracy shit that I don't really buy into. Like, you know, I got into an argument with someone because they were like, they don't like how the Jewish community keeps everything within their community and don't let outsiders in. But my point to that person was like, isn't that what we're striving to be as a people? That to me is something to be commended, something to strive for as a people, where they essentially, that is the one, you know, in their society, in their culture, they have closed ranks and they do look out for each other. And that's allowed them to, you know, accumulate tremendous economic resources that have benefited all of their people. And I was seeing a thing where a guy was like, you know, in our community, we spend money with other Jewish people. We don't spend it outside of the community because that is a way to ensure not only our survival, but, you know, a better well-being for all of us. So that part that, you know, I find to be outstanding, how they've been able to close ranks like that and accumulate so much wealth.
No, I mean, I respect it. Other groups, cultures attempt to do something similar, some more successfully than others. And I look for the Black community where it exists in sync, you know, to think Miami, Chicago, Atlanta. There should be more synergy. There should be more connection. There should be more community support, more love than strife. I also wonder, you know, not that it got to happen today, not that I expect it, but, you know, where, you know, humanity coexists, you know, where people are thriving amongst people. You know what I mean? Like I want that too.
You're talking about the human race?
Yeah, I want everybody to get along. You know, I would have never thought Rodney King's statement, "Can we all just get along?" would come to mean so much to me later in my life. You know, it sounded like.
But the problem is you can't trust the people, man. Like you know me, man. I'm a big believer in people. I love all people. You know, any atrocity committed against any human being just because of who they are, I'm completely against. But you can't trust the people. The people aren't like that. It's not what the people are.
No.
It's not what the people are.
We see who people are. We know.
They show you. Like, and the perfect example of that to me would be Trump. Like, look how many people support Trump. And at the end of the day, he's a bigoted narcissist who's also a sexist on top of it all. And he's got a following that's unbelievably loyal.
Yeah.
Because it shows you, you know, that's the sad part about me, about Trump. It's not him. It's how many people believe and think like him. That's sad.
Yeah.
And it's not about him being Republican. It's not about that. It's about him as a person. He's an immorally bankrupt human being, and people are just lining up to follow him.
And, you know, he is proven to be a fraud, or he's on trial for being fraud. And, you know, this is just one fraud amongst.
But Carlton, it's not dissuaded any of his followers.
Yeah.
He's printing shirts with his mugshot on it, and people are buying it up like crazy.
They're right. And the one irony with one reporter talking to a guy with a shirt on because it said no surrender, but he said this is a picture of him surrendering. But it's the
mind. I love that reporter, man. He be getting them Trump people all twisted up.
It's the mind game. That is the mental warfare that is humanity is up against.
I mean, I've watched people say that they need Obamacare or the Affordable Health Care Act for their survival, but they still are going to vote for Trump and just pray that he doesn't get rid of it, even though he's told them many times he wants to get rid of it. Like, think about how insane that is. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. If you're talking about taking away the thing that allows me to live, I can't vote for you.
Yeah.
My brother, think I'm gonna go get ready for this game, man.
All right, man. I wish y'all luck. Beat the Cowboys.
I love the people, man. I hope y'all having a wonderful Sunday night. Pray for my Niners, please. The Cowboys are the devil. All right, Jerry Jones is not from this planet. He looks like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. You can't root for that.
All right, man. Good luck to you.
Always good to see you, man. I'm looking forward to doing this with you on Sundays, my brother.
All right, man.
Peace.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Sunday session. So look for more of those, me, Uncle Mo, and other special guests. See y'all soon.
You are listening to Craig D, Mo Lot. You are listening to Unsolicited Genius.